Hey, my fellow anglers and friends of the great outdoors. Welcome back to the channel, your go-to spot for the hottest fishing insights and forecasts. I'm your friendly expert, and today we're diving deep into what promises to be an absolutely unforgettable week of fishing across the United States, specifically from the 6th of October through the 12th of October, 2025. Now, if you've been feeling that crisp autumn air, you know exactly what that means. It's prime time, folks. This week isn't just any week. It's a week dominated by the incredible power of the full hunter's moon, which makes its grand appearance on Monday, the 6th of October. Trust me, you're going to learn why this lunar event, combined with some fascinating weather patterns, is setting up for some truly epic bites across the country. We're talking about an amazing opportunity to land some trophy fish, so stick around, because I'm going to break down exactly where to go, what to use, and why this week is going to be special for your lines. This particular week, friends, is shaping up to be a classic fall fishing story, with cooler water temperatures driving baitfish shallower and big fish feeding aggressively. It's a transition period, and those who understand it will reap the rewards. All right, let's talk tactics and target species, because knowing where the fish are and what they want is half the battle, right? For this week, considering the fall patterns and the cooling waters, we're going to focus on 4 fantastic species: largemouth bass, walleye, crappie, and the ever-challenging trout. First up, the mighty largemouth bass. Sound? In October, as water temperatures drop from the mid-70s down into the low 60s and even upper 50s, bass are on a mission. A feeding mission, that is, stocking up for winter. You'll want to target shallow flats, particularly those with good cover like submerged timber, weed lines, or rocky points near deeper water. Why there? Because the baitfish, sensing the cold, are often pushed into these shallower, sun-warmed areas, and the bass follow them relentlessly. Look for creek mouths and transitional zones where shallower flats meet deeper channels. On sunny days, the bass will often move up to ambush prey. For tackle, a medium-heavy spinning or bait-casting setup will do wonders. When it comes to lures, consider lipless crankbaits in shad or crayfish patterns, especially when working those shallow flats. Don't shy away from spinnerbaits with willow leaf blades for covering water and jigs, 1/2 ounce to 3/4 ounce, pitched into brush piles or along rock edges. And for those subtle bites, a Texas-rigged soft plastic creature bait can be deadly in denser cover. Remember, as the week progresses and temperatures might fluctuate, bass can become a bit finicky, so vary your retrieve speed and retrieve depth. Next, let's talk about the elusive but rewarding walleye. This week, with the full hunter's moon on Monday the 6th, walleye activity is expected to be high, especially in the evenings and overnight. They'll be actively feeding, making them a prime target. In many parts of the country, particularly in the northern and central states, walleye will be migrating towards main lake points, rocky structures, and deeper breaks. Look for areas where submerged humps rise from the bottom or along the edges of channels. They often use these structures as ambush points. A medium light to medium action spinning rod with sensitive line is key to detecting their subtle bites. Jigs, tipped with a live minnow or a soft plastic grub, are absolutely deadly for walleye in the fall. Try vertical jigging over deeper structures. Crankbaits, especially those that dive to the depth of the thermocline or where the bait is holding, can also be incredibly effective, particularly when trolled along contours. In shallower, clear lakes, consider casting stick baits after dark near rocky shorelines. My friends, around that full moon, the walleye can be incredibly aggressive, so be ready for that thump. Then we have the ever-popular crappie, and other panfish like bluegill and perch. Fall is fantastic for crappie as they begin to school up in predictable patterns. As the water cools, look for them around brush piles, submerged timber, and channel edges in depths ranging from 10 to 20 feet. They often suspend at certain depths, so a good fish finder is your best friend. A light action rod with 4-pound or 6-pound test line is perfect for these delicate biters. Small jigs, anything from an 8 ounce down to a 1/32 ounce, tipped with a small plastic crappie tube or a tiny soft plastic will be highly effective. Live minnows fished under a bobber or slowly trolled are also incredibly successful. Pay attention to how deep you're getting bites. Once you find the right depth, stick with it. Crappie will often be concentrated, so if you catch one, there are likely many more nearby. This week, with the cooling trend, they'll be looking for consistent temperatures and readily available food. And finally, for our river and stream enthusiasts, let's talk trout. Fall is absolutely prime for trout fishing, especially for brook, brown, and lake trout, as some species enter their spawning season and others become incredibly aggressive in the cooler, well-oxygenated water. In rivers and streams, target classic holding spots like current breaks, eddies behind large rocks and deeper pools. On larger lakes, like those in the western states, lake trout will be patrolling shallower waters as they prepare to spawn in October and November. For fly anglers, streamers imitating baitfish, nymphs and dry flies for opportunistic feeders can all work. Spin fishermen will find success with small spinners, size 0 to size 2, small spoons, or drifting natural baits like worms, power bait, or corn. Focus on areas with good cover and clear, cool water. The key with trout this time of year is stealth and presentation. They're wary but hungry. Now let's anchor our tactics with a solid understanding of the conditions we're expecting across much of the central and eastern United States. While conditions always vary by region, here's a general overview. Weather conditions. Overall, this week, from the 6th to the 12th of October 2025, looks to bring generally mild autumn weather. We're anticipating daytime temperatures hovering in the comfortable range of 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, with overnight lows dropping into the 40 to 50 degree Fahrenheit range. This cooling trend, friends, is precisely what gets those fish activated. Atmospheric pressure for the early part of the week, especially around the full moon, looks fairly stable, which is excellent for consistent fishing. Towards the end of the week, we might see a gentle dip in pressure as a minor front approaches, which could make the bite a bit more finicky, but often triggers a pre-front feeding frenzy. Wind patterns are expected to be light to moderate, mostly from the north or northwest. This is a crucial detail. A consistent breeze from these directions can help concentrate baitfish on certain shorelines and points, making them prime targets for predator fish. As for precipitation, we're looking at mostly clear skies for the first half of the week, with a chance of scattered light rain showers towards the weekend. These light rains usually don't deter fish much and can even stimulate feeding by washing in terrestrial insects or muddying up the water just enough to give fish more confidence to bite. Water temperature. The crucial element for fall fishing. Across the country, water temperatures are definitely on a downward trend. Expect surface temperatures in larger lakes and coastal areas to be slowly cooling from the mid-70s down into the low 60s and upper 50s. In smaller rivers and streams, they'll likely be even cooler, potentially in the upper 40s to low 50s. This cooling water is the siren call for many fish species to kick their feeding into high gear. It signals the approaching winter and they need to pack on the calories. For species like smallmouth bass, water temperatures in the upper 40s to upper 50s are ideal, making this week fantastic for them. Walleye will move to shallower, warmer waters in early fall, then deeper as temperatures continue to fall. Understanding these thermal preferences will guide your depth choices. Phase of the moon. Oh, the moon. This week is all about the SAS Full Hunter's moon, which peaks on Monday, the 6th of October. This isn't just any full moon, it's often a supermoon, making its gravitational pull even stronger. Many anglers, including myself, swear by the theory that fishing is often excellent around the full moon. The increased light penetration and stronger tides, especially in saltwater, can make fish more active, particularly during dawn, dusk, and even overnight. The days immediately following the full moon, as it transitions into a waning gibbous phase, often continue this heightened activity. So those first few days of our forecast, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, could see some explosive bites. As the moon wanes towards the end of the week, fish might become a bit less aggressive, but they'll still be feeding. General fish activity. In general, for this time of year in the USA, fish are in a fantastic state of readiness. We're in the middle of the renowned fall feeding frenzy or pre-winter fattening. Most predatory species like bass, walleye and pike are aggressively chasing baitfish. Panfish are schooling up tightly, making them easier to locate, and certain trout species are beginning their spawning rituals, which can make them more active and territorial. Some species, like redfish in the coastal south, are finding the cooler temperatures to their liking in shallower waters. Overall, the fish are vibrant, strong, and eager to bite, making it an excellent time to be on the water. All right, my friends, let's get down to the daily breakdown so you know exactly what to expect from the 6th to the 12th of October 2025. Monday, the 6th of October. This day marks the full hunter's moon, and it's looking absolutely prime. Expect an excellent bite. The stable, mild weather and strong lunar influence should have predatory fish like bass and walleye extremely active. Target those shallow points and main lake humps. Tuesday, the 7th of October. Following the full moon, the bite should remain good to excellent. Fish might be slightly digesting after the peak, but stable weather and cooling water will keep them feeding actively. Focus on early morning and late evening bites. Wednesday, the 8th of October. As the moon enters its waning gibbous phase, we anticipate a good bite. Conditions should remain stable with comfortable temperatures. Crappie should be schooling up well in deeper brush piles and trout active in streams. Thursday, the 9th of October. Another solid day with a one good overall bite. The waning gibbous moon still provides good light penetration overnight, and consistent weather patterns mean fish should be predictable. Look for bass pushing bait into coves. Friday, the 10th of October. We might see a slight shift today. Expect a medium to finicky bite. A minor low-pressure system could begin to influence the weather, potentially making fish a bit less aggressive. Experiment with slower presentations and different depths. Saturday, the 11th of October. This day could be a bit challenging with a weak to medium housed bite. If that minor cold front pushes through, fish might move to deeper, more stable water, making them harder to find. Persistence and adjusting your approach will be key. Try vertical presentations. Sunday, the 12th of October. The bite should start to recover, moving from medium to good A. As the weather stabilizes after any frontal passage, fish will begin to resume their feeding patterns. Focus on sunny banks and areas with consistent structure as the day progresses. So there you have it, my friends, your comprehensive fishing forecast for the second week of October 2025. I'm telling you, this is a week you won't want to miss. Get out there, adapt to the conditions, and make some incredible memories. Before you go, if you found this forecast helpful, please give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another forecast or fishing tip from your buddy here. And I want to hear from you. What are your plans for this week's fishing adventure? Did you land any giants on the last full moon? Share your stories and tips in the comments below. Your insights help all of us become better anglers. Until next time, remember, keep your lines tight and your spirits high. And as always, ni chvosta, ni cheshwi, tight lines, and good luck.